Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Myrtie May. I'm a horticulturist and owner of Myrtie May's Heirloom Seeds. Today I want to talk to you about a question that many of my customers have posed to me, and that is they say, well Myrtie, you always say that your tomatoes don't have diseases and that you haven't had things like early blight and late blight. How do you do that? So today I just wanted to give you a very quick rundown of what I do with my tomatoes, and considering that we're here on September 12th of 2022, as you can see, they are very much alive. And just so that somebody doesn't say that I videotaped this in July, I have my local newspaper that I just picked up out of the mailbox, and as you can see, it says Monday, September 12th, 2022, which is today. So anyways, there's 4 key steps that I do with my tomatoes, and I'm just going to briefly go over them, and then I will elaborate on each of these further in successive videos. And so the first thing I do, as you can see here, my tomatoes in my garden are not caged. And I stopped caging them a few years ago for a number of reasons. One being that every time I put them in a cage, we had the three-leg traditional cage that kind of, makes them top heavy, and every time we had a windstorm they would blow over, and it became a nuisance. Here, we're going to walk down and see some other ones here. It became a nuisance, and then they were always flopping all over, and I couldn't keep up with propping them up and having them snap and everything. So I don't cage. I let them be all natural. They just flop on the ground, and by not caging them, I'm able to get more airflow through the tomatoes vines, and whether we've had precipitation or dew, having the breeze flow through them will help them dry off faster so they don't get as disease riddled. And give you a close-up here of one of the tomatoes. The second thing I do is that I don't prune my tomatoes. I mean, that kind of goes in part with not caging them. By pruning them, what you're doing is you're creating a wound in the plant. And the same goes for if you're picking the bottom leaves off so that they're a certain height above the ground. When you create a wound, it's like having a scab on your body. Infection can get in there, whether it's fungal, viral, bacterial, and it's just like saying, hello, please enter me, and cause problems. So by not doing that, I don't create wounds on my plants, and I'm not making a perfect place for things to come in and invade. The third thing I do is that we don't irrigate. Other than giving them some initial water once we've transplanted them, they are dry land tomatoes. And by so doing that, we allow the moisture that comes naturally to water them. We allow them to develop roots so that they're hardier plants and can withstand things a lot better. And the last thing I do is that I don't start my plants very early. I give my plants 6 weeks to grow before I transplant them out. And that's for all varieties, no matter how many days. And the thing that I'm aiming for there, ooh, I have a nice one I need to pick today. The thing I'm aiming for there is that I want my plants to have approximately 8 leaves on them at most when I transplant them. And depending on the particular variety and how tall it gets, I bury a significant part of that into the ground and have the stem be able to develop roots to make them more sturdy. But when you start your plant too far in advance, like some of these tomatoes I see in the greenhouses it's a full-grown tomato that's blooming. You do not want that. And having that plant so large will stress it. And when they stress, they start to drop their leaves on the bottom and senesce them. So dropping your leaves, that, of course, you create the wound when that leaf disengages from the stem. That causes an area where bacteria, fungus, virus can get in and cause problems. Kind of in part with that, another thing is that you don't want your tomatoes blooming or have fruit set when you set them out, because that further stresses them, makes them drop their leaves, and they senesce, and etc. So anyway, so these are the 4 things that I do. It seems to be working well, considering that I have tomatoes that are flourishing here in September in Wisconsin, when all of my compatriots around have dead tomatoes. So I will be having future videos coming up about what I do with my tomatoes in more depth and detail. And additionally, I will have a lot of other videos that I have taped over the summer, but I need to do some editing on them. Namely, I need to take the wind that's behind me out and do some voiceovers and such. And it takes a long time to do these things. And I'm not a videographer, so I apologize for that. So keep watching. There will be good things coming down the road here. And until then, I'm Murdy May. Thank you for watching. Maybe one of these days you'll see more of me when I figure that out. Because remember, I'm a horticulturist, not a videographer. And please remember to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications so you know when I do upload these videos. And like the Facebook page, our Twitter, and of course stop by my seed shop at mertiemae.com, and you'll find all of our great seeds there. We're going to be starting to upload the new series of seeds from the 2022 summer, so you can get your fresh seed, and we are going to have some sales coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.